Just doing a quick audio check. If everyone can hear me all right. Great. Hope everyone's doing well today. Another day, another trade. It's like every day we show up, guys. All we're trying to do is just be consistent. It's like a robotic routine, right? Like clockwork. We're just showing up, sticking to our process. So we'll get into all that. Morning, good morning. Can't believe we're already in August. Already time for our annual event. Just as a curiosity thing, whose first event is this going to be? So just write if this is going to be your first event that you're coming to. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. So we'll get started here in a few minutes, guys. So we have
Hey, good morning.
late. Oh, there he is. What's up, Steve?
Not much, man.
I was starting to get worried the crocodile got you.
Oh, the Crocs. That's funny.
What time is it out there?
No, they didn't catch me. It's 11 p.m.
But you're more of a night owl, no?
I am. So this is better for me than California. And also, just to let you guys know and let you know, Alex, Thursday, we're traveling to California. So I won't be able to trade Thursday. Should be back Friday, though, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. Long flight, but we'll get there. And then it'll be early morning, which I'm not much of a morning guy at all, but we'll make it work somehow.
Yeah, it's actually funny, bro. I'm a morning person and Steve is a night person.
Right.
So it's like,
yeah, so we kind of work well together like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm kind of going from one extreme to the other, like in a couple of days. It'll be like trading really late at night and then trading really early in the morning. So we'll see.
Do you have
We'll see how I do.
jet lag tips that you use to make sure that you kind of adjust the time zones?
It's tough. I mean, the best thing that I usually try to do is like, when you land somewhere and it's a lot earlier, you got to stay awake. You can't sleep. You got to stay up. Like when we're in California, we'll land there early. You cannot sleep till like 9 or 10 p.m. If you take a nap during the day, you know what I mean, then you're going to be pretty screwed because your body's not going to adjust. So I try to adapt like a day before, and I know, okay, I need to stay up late tonight or sleep early, whatever. And then I can't sleep well on the plane, but when you land, you just got to get on their time, no matter how, you can't like take a nap or anything like that.
Right.
Got to try to sleep at the normal time, but it definitely takes a couple days. Going to take 3 to 5 days probably.
Right.
Yeah, it's not easy.
All right, guys, let's get started here. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Live Trading. If this is your first time on Live Trading, welcome. We are using the webinars channel in Slack to communicate. As you guys know, we stream live on YouTube Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 9:29 a.m. And we cut off the stream at 9:30 and reserve that for MIC members. We've been live trading for years now, years and years and years. You guys have seen me make millions of dollars live. I think the actual number is closer to like 3 or 4 million, which is insane, live on stream. In MIC, we have a video library of all of my live trades that I've recorded as well, separately from the live trading stream. These were live trades that I recorded before we started streaming. And I think that library is up to 800,000 in profits. So be sure to check that out. It's open to all members. But yeah, coming into today, same plan as always, man. It's like every day that I wake up, it's like the same. It's like Groundhog Day almost, right? I show up, and maybe my topic of the day today was going to be kind of talking about my process, because I know a lot of people don't watch the videos. I know a lot of people are busy, whatever the excuses, I don't care. I just know that's not happening. So the thing is, that's why we kind of created the Alex AI. So the Alex AI is kind of to help with people that are busy in the real world, meaning that, for example, the Alex AI has watched all of our thousands of videos. The Alex AI has read all of our PDFs. The Alex AI has attended all of our webinars. The Alex AI has read all of our messages, and the Alex AI has learned all of my watch lists. So that's why we use the AI, which is obviously free, to help you guys that are maybe a little bit more curious about questions that you need answered. So I want to kind of walk you guys through my daily process and my daily routine. I've covered this a bunch of times, but it's maybe nice to have like a nice refresher course on it, just so everyone's kind of on the same page. So I wake up, and again, I'm going to get nuanced. I wake up, and the first thing that I do is I go get coffee, right? I go to my espresso machine. There's nothing better than the first coffee of the day, right? I don't know if you guys are drinking matcha, if you're drinking tea, whatever thing you're drinking, the first one of the day, it hits like drugs, dude. I mean, I don't do drugs, but I assume that's what drugs feel like. It's insane, the first coffee of the day. So then I get to my desk, and the first thing that I do is I check the top percentage gainers of the day. The reason why I check the top percentage gainers of the day is because I need to see what stocks are moving. Oftentimes, we need to see stocks with range, stocks with volume, stocks that are moving, and that'll kind of help me determine what to trade. After I look at the top percentage gainers of the day, I want to look at the news. Why are these stocks moving? Is it moving on fundamental news? Is it moving on pharmaceutical news? Is it moving on no news, right? Is it a cryptocurrency company that just turned into an AI mining company that sells fucking Ozempic on the side? I don't know, So I want to see what the news is. After I see what the news is, the next thing I do is I look at the daily chart. What is the daily chart history? If you pull up a stock like, what was it? I think it was AUUD yesterday. AUUD has a history of every time it pops, it drops. Every time it pops, it drops. Every time it pops, it drops. So by having that information, that tells me, okay, this is a potential. Then what I'll do is I'll look at the pre-market chart. What is the stock doing pre-market? What are the key support and resistances, right? And then from there, I narrow it down to the top 2 or 3 plays, and then I trade those plays. So all of that stuff that's happening, essentially for me, took me hours to do to essentially minutes to do now, because I've been doing it for so long. So that's my process, guys. It's very, very simple. I'm not using, dude, how funny was yesterday when I was talking shit on the indicators and my computer shut down.
That was crazy.
Can you believe that, dude?
I can't.
I couldn't believe that,
crazy.
dude. I thought my computer like exploded or something. I had no idea. I'm stung. Anyway, so the point that I'm making here, guys, the point that I'm making is that every day that I show up, I do the same damn thing every day. It's like, when you do things without thinking, like you're breathing. You don't think, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. You just do it, right? So that's how it feels like for trading for me now, is I just do it, I've been doing it 12 and a half years. My 13-year anniversary is in February. 13 years, dude. 13 years is insane. But the reality is that, that sacrifice that I made early on in my trading career, where I was struggling for the first couple of years because I didn't have the proper things that we have here now, completely changed everything for me. So for me, I want you guys to understand that this is a job that can make you more than a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer combined in one day sometimes, I've had days where I made a neurosurgeon, his annual salary, I made that in a day, right? And that doesn't happen magically. It doesn't happen because I was using YOLO options or, zero DTE, whatever the hell it is. I'm using a process and routine, and some days it requires that process and routine to be more aggressive. So everyone knows, when you should be aggressive or not. So I'll give you an example. Let's say I let Steve borrow one of my cars, right? And I say, Steve, when you drive my car, I want you to punch it, right? I want you to hit it as hard as you can. I want you to fly. Now, let me give you two scenarios. One is we're entering the neighborhood where the police headquarters is, right? And two is we're on an empty highway at night. During what of those periods do I want Steve to punch it? Do I want him to punch it when we're all around cops? Or do I want him to punch it when we're on the highway that's empty? Alex, you're an idiot. Obviously, it's the highway that's empty. Okay, if that's the case, why the hell are you guys trying to punch it on your stocks when there's cops all around, right? So these are the things that you have to understand is there's certain moments, not every moment is the highway empty, right? Not every day is the highway empty. You might get a really good stretch of highway, I don't know, once a month, right? So when that once a month highway stretch comes and Steve is in one of my cars, that's when he wants to punch it. So your job as a trader, guys, is to identify those moments and those opportunities where you have an empty highway, the odds are in your favor. I mean, look, the reality, I don't want to say it, knock on wood, is even if you're on an empty highway, something could still go wrong, right? It doesn't mean that there's a 100% chance. There might be a 99% chance. But that 99% chance, I'm going to take every single time. So does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Is you are looking for optimal opportunities to push. You don't want to push every day because every day doesn't give you that opportunity, right? So I want you guys to understand that part of trading. And it's every day that I show up, most of the time that I show up, it's not going to be an empty highway. It's not going to be an opportunity that I get to be aggressive. I would love to be aggressive every day. I would love to rip it on the highway every day. But I can't because that's not how life works. So what people are trying to do is they're trying to force their will upon these stocks. And the reality is that, most of the time they're going to get punched in the face because they're doing it at the wrong times, So yesterday when we were trading, what the hell was yesterday? I think we were trading, what was it? Let me pull it up. JWEL, yeah. I already forgot.
Yeah.
So when we were trading JWEL yesterday, this had a little bit of warning signs for me. This had, day one. This had high volume. This had no dilution. So for me, this wasn't something that I could be too aggressive on. People see, like you made $2,000, this, that, and then wow, that's so much money, And it's not saying it to boast or brag, but a $2,000 day is a slow day for me, right? So while other people may think that, holy shit, how much size, how much this, how much that, that was a pretty dull day for me. My normal day is anywhere between like $8,000 to $10,000. So I need $8,000 to $10,000 to get the juices flowing. If it's not that much, then that to me is a little bit of a slower day. So that's why it's so difficult to talk about size, because $2,000 in a day is someone's dream. They're able to quit their job if they're making $2,000 a day. But for me, that's a slow day, right? So my goal is when I show up, I just want to see what type of opportunity there is. I try to be as vocal as possible if I'm being aggressive. I try to be vocal as possible if I think that there is a high probability. But unfortunately, I hate to say it, some people are stupid. And when I'm in a starter, they leverage their account 10 times. I'm sorry if you're doing that, trading's not going to work. I say I'm in a 5% starter, they're in a 500%, 5x margin leverage, and they blow up when the stock moves 2 pennies away. It makes no sense. And unfortunately, we can't help those people. So my job, again, is show up like Groundhog Day, do the same thing every day, because that same process, that same routine over 12 years has made millions of dollars. I'm not doing anything different. I'm not trading Forex on the side. I'm not flipping Pokemon cards when the market is closed. I'm doing this. This is all I'm doing every day for 1 hour a day. And it adds up. So, that being said, let's get started with the watch list. As you guys know, the way that we build the watch list is we always look at the previous day's watch list first, and then we build from there. So let's get started. Give me a second here. And the reason why we look at the previous day's watch list is we don't want to miss what stocks are moving. Oftentimes I find that the forgotten names, the forgotten stocks are the ones that, provide us with the best opportunities. It's like that AMIX trade from the other day was a broken, forgotten stock. So keep that in mind. But yeah, let's get started here. 1 second. So, DSY. Low volume, kind of came back on air. Nothing really to make note of here, so moving on there. CJYL, I was really interested in shorting this yesterday, but it never really bounced for me. So no real opportunity there. DKI, similar to the above, stock was broken, so never really bounced. So I get a lot of questions as well about like, hey Alex, why are you trading this but you're not trading that? I am very, very risk averse, man. I know it sounds like I'm risk seeking. At some moments I am, but I am always assuming that these stocks are going to track me, right? It's like I always assume that every single, time that, it's Thursday, that I was going to be drinking on Thirsty Thursday, right? So you start to stay away from certain things. You start to understand that, all right, this thing just came all the way back to where it started. If the stock comes back to where it started, I am no longer interested in it. I need to have the stock have range. It doesn't. JWEL, today's a day 2 stock. It kind of pushed over 4 and failed. Again, this is a lower float stock with not much dilution. So I don't really think that there's much edge. I think that's probably going to be a lot lower volume coming into today. So because it's going to be a lot lower volume, I'm not going to touch it. AUD, $1 stock, ignoring. SCKT. So SCKT, now this is interesting to me. Why is this interesting? Because it has so much range, it failed, and now is a day 2 low-hanging fruit. I would love a bounce to $2, man. I usually don't trade these $1 stocks, and I'm not really too in love with it, but any bounce towards $2 or $2.50, I definitely want to short this because now it's broken. Look at the difference in chart patterns. This is broken, so I want to join the trend. SCKT, day 2, low-hanging fruit. I would love a bounce toward $2 and rejection to short. STKH. I like this one too. Why? It's yesterday's play turned into a day 2 low-hanging fruit. So if we get a bounce towards like 4, 450, and 5, I definitely want to attack that. So day 2, low-hanging fruit, looking for a bounce toward 4, 450, $5 to short. So all the stocks that are forgotten, the stocks that were yesterday's runners that people forgot about, now I want to attack it. Why? Because no one cares about it. And as no one cares about it, that is my edge. Next is SpaceX. Nothing really there. What else is moving today? There was another PLAG. PLAG was looking like a potential runner. Now it's kind of dead in the water. So maybe it gets money flow. PLAG. Potential money flow stock. Also moving is FRTT. FRTT, I mean, what a big pump and dump. So this stock was a pure pump and dump from $1 to $3. The guru, the chat room, the pumper makes all the money, and the chat room people lose all their money, obviously. So nothing really there, dollar stock. I mean, can you make an argument to short a bounce towards, 190 and 210? Yeah, I mean, you could make that argument. It's not really a trade for me, but I'll put it in here anyway. Not a trade for me, as I don't like $1 stocks. But any bounce, 180 to 220 to short. If this reclaims 250, be careful and ignore it. Let's see Wafu. Wafu dollar stock, nothing really there. M10 dollar, nothing there. WXM, yeah, is a pure ignore. WXM, ignore. If something like SCKT pushes to 2, how do we know rather that it's a bounce to short into or money flow to avoid? So chances are, if a stock is a day 2 stock, it'll have low probability to get money flow. Money flow is usually only active, I would say 90% of the time, money flow is active on day 1 stocks. Because by the time a day 2 stock comes along, it's already forgotten. So I would say that usually on day 2 has a higher edge and a higher probability, simply because people are going to be focused on the day 1 stocks to run. So this is the watch list for today. I'm gonna post this out here. Let me see a couple of questions here, and then we're gonna get into it. WYHG. Let me pull up WYHG. So WYHG is the stock that was moving the previous, like a couple days ago, I think it was, or was it even yesterday? So WYHG ramped up, failed all the way back down, and now kind of back in the middle of the range. This is kind of like a 50-50, I would say. So 50-50. I would say if this WYHG kind of breaks under the $7 mark and remains weak, then we could look for a bounce to trade. But oftentimes, whenever we see a stock push up like this and dump all the way back down and kind of come back, it kind of potentially means that they're setting up a trap. If we look up some historical stuff, it's a Chinese company with a 600,000 share float. So after further review, seeing it's a Chinese company, it's 600,000 share float, WYHG is probably going to be an ignore. Wafu. So Wafu is broken, but it's a dollar stock, so I'm not really that interested. Can you make an argument to short a bounce towards 2? Yeah, you can short a bounce towards 2, but again, it's like 50-50 because I want to see where the money flow goes first, right? I want to see where the action is, Thoughts on XHLD? Yeah, XHLD is broken, but you can see that there's not really much volume on it. You know what I'm saying? So not really much volume. ELPW. Yeah, ELPW as well. But if I see this ELPW is probably Chinese. Let's see. Chinese company, 700,000 share float. So if you notice, guys, a lot of these stocks are Chinese and nano float. So they are more risk than reward. So that's the problem with a lot of these names, man. So a lot of them are just kind of sketchy. AIHS. AIHS is a Chinese company, but the float is a little bit larger. The float is about 15 million, which is great. It's not a low float. Kind of came all the way back down. Yeah, maybe if we get a bounce towards this VWAP area. So AIHS, potential bounce to short near VWAP. And that's pretty much it. So that being said, I know Steve has got 5 minutes left. I'll give it over to him. As you guys know, I think it's our 8th annual live trading boot camp in Orlando. It's coming up. It's 100% free for our platinum members. So if you upgrade, you get to attend for free. I think we have 2 tickets left for our private dinner add-on. And then additionally, yeah, it should be a great time. Really looking forward to it. So with that being said, let me pass the baton over to Steve, and we'll get live trading here in just a few minutes. Thanks.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions on the boot camp event, I mean, it's next week and it's kind of crazy, right? But yeah, just DM me. We got some VIP sponsorship steak dinners left, and make sure you guys are signed up if you're platinum. Use the platinum channel. Just DM me if you guys have any questions, or email me if you guys are listening in with any questions. StephenRH1@myinvestingclub.com. So I got about 5 minutes. I want to try to get through this real quick. These are some common roadblocks that I see, and I added one here because I had a member DM me yesterday, and we talked about this a little bit. And this is a common one that I hear probably every months, 2 or 3 months, I get a DM about this. And this DM is about a member who, and like I said, it's member who's been here a while. He's consistent, but he's kind of, how do you say, like gun shy to size up. Like when he sizes up, he doesn't feel comfortable. He doesn't trade well. Everything kind of goes wrong. So I added this on, these kind of common roadblocks I see. I'm going to go through these real quick in the next 4 minutes. If you guys have any other issues that maybe it's been plaguing you, you've been around a few months or a few years, but there's an issue that keeps popping up and I didn't list it here, feel free to DM me and maybe I could cover that in its own topic, or I could add it here. So not being able to comfortably size up even after finding consistency, first one. Trading too big before it's earned. This is a big one, but nobody tells me, hey, Stephen, I've been trading too big and I haven't earned it. All right. I have to do a little digging before I figure that out, right? No, nobody just offers that up, right? Trading without a real plan or deviating. Sometimes members do say, hey, I'm trading without a plan, in fairness. Over trading, unlike real world trading more trading doesn't mean we make more. Usually the opposite is true. Letting FOMOs and emotions take over. I think we all know that happens and we know when it's happening. Trading a process that doesn't fit our personality or strengths. This is a common one. And finally, not sticking to our plans, moving our stops when they're about to hit, or taking profits too early. It's kind of funny because even taking profits too early, if you've got a real problem with it, right? Not if you're just being safe, but I've come across members who really do take profits like way too early, and I should say too early based on their plan. They've got a plan for support, but they see it's green and they take it off. So that's somewhat common, and that'll hurt you as well, right? So real quick, I'm going to run through kind of what to do about some of these. So the one that I just added, right? Not being able to comfortably size up after finding consistency. So what I talk with the members about is, first of all, make sure you're sizing up at the right time. So you found consistency and the trade you're in is working, not going against you. So you don't want to be sizing up when like, hey, my day's not going well, I want to make my money back kind of thing, right? You want to say like, okay, this whole month and for the last 3 months, I've been consistent. So my recommendation is you don't need to size up 50% or 100%. I told the member, hey, size up like 10% if you're not comfortable sizing up more than that. See how that goes. And any red day, you just fall back the next day to your previous sizing. Or if the month is red, you go back to your previous sizing the following month, right? So those are some easy pointers to kind of help you guys ease into it. Trading without a plan, obviously get involved in the discipline workshop. Over trading, we want to be sticking to the plans. Discipline workshop is all about that. Letting FOMOs, emotions take over. We want to size down, focus on the plans. Kind of crazy, but all this stuff is taught in the discipline workshop, right? Trading a processor style that doesn't fit your personality. So you want to figure out what you trade best with small size. I would recommend not jumping around to 100 different types of setups. Find one that works for you. Get consistent there, and then you could kind of branch out slowly, right? Moving your stops or taking profits too early. Again, this kind of goes back to having a full plan. So get involved in the discipline workshop, I think, is the main idea here. Proper planning. PM, Phil, and Yuchi and Edson to join their one-on-one mentoring channel for a week. And yeah, DM me if you guys have any questions or need any help with this. Thanks, guys.
Cool. So market is open here. We're going to end the stream on YouTube and get started live trading.